Guys, it's time to squad up, gather up, come join the fun over at the Big Asp Open happening September 21st at Cleveland's Top Golf facility in Independence, Ohio. It's teams of 4, going to be Cornhole and Top Golf. Come on out, have a gay old time. You get breakfast, lunch included with your fee, along with non-alcoholic libations. Is that a libation? Non-alcoholic beverages. You'll have to pay for libations. So head on over to harddragpush.com. Right on the header tab, you will see the Big Asp Open graphic. Give it a little clicky-do and sign your team up. We don't need money quite yet, but it's quickly approaching. So I highly recommend trying to sign up before the end of the month or the first week of August, because there may be inclined fees coming your way. So we will have more details on that soon. But hey, head on over to Hard Drag Push, sign up for the Big Asp Open. Let's get after it. And Sean, do you struggle with your cornhole game?
Every day.
Until you got a set of dragon bags in your hands, because guess what? They make you a better thrower just by science alone.
Science.
So head on over to dragonbags.com and up your game today and get some of the best bags. They made us better, upped our PPRs, DPRs, and our looks. Can't go wrong. Head on over to dragonbags.com and get you a set today.
Welcome to the Big Asp Cornhole Show with Sean and Dane, the host, talking cornhole life and random fun. Grab a beer, let's get it done. From tossing bags to let's wild ride, tune in and join the party, don't you hide. It's the Big Asp Cornhole podcast time with Sean and Dane. It's always prime. Don't you hide, it's the Big Asp Cornhole podcast time with Sean and Dane, it's always prime. But y'all tossing back to life's wild ride. Tune in and join the party, don't you hide. It's the Big Asp Cornhole podcast time with Sean and Dane, it's always prime.
All right, welcome back to yet another episode of the Big Asp Cornhole podcast. Sean and Dane are with you as always. What's going on, man?
Not too much, man. Just another epic journey here at the basement with new lighting and just trying to
Big
up
Asp
our
Studio.
game.
Okay.
Big Asp Studio.
We have a ring light now.
That we do. I
And
mean,
an
it does
upgraded
make it a
camera?
studio and an upgraded camera. We do look
You're
crisp.
welcome, YouTube world.
I know. I feel like I should start wearing makeup, though.
I know.
See the bags under my eyes.
know.
Like, guys, it's nighttime. Okay.
I know, I kind of liked hiding in the shadows.
I
a
know,
little
exactly. Like lurking in the
bit.
darkness.
All of our flaws stay hidden.
Like Golem.
Oh, precious.
For sure. So as we gear up for Worlds, busy episode. A lot of stuff to talk about. A lot of stuff has come up.
Luckily,
so-
we don't have to take out our entire load on this one. We have
No.
one more week
We do.
with
we
some
do.
special guests, so it'll be fun.
Oh, yeah.
Next
week's, yeah. Next
This
week's
week was
episode.
fun, too.
Yeah. This week's going to suck, but no, next week is, it should be fun. So let's not break tradition. Dane do best every single week. Let the folks know what we're drinking tonight in our favorite segment called What You Drinking.
What you drinking? Well, I was out grocery shopping and came across the Mango Rajah from Brew Kettle, local brewery here, right up the road from us. It's a mango IPA, 6%, very drinkable one. Not as much mango as I had anticipated, especially when you call it Mango Rajah, but still not a bad one. Their White Rajah is their go-to IPA. That's phenomenal as well, but I'll definitely be crushing this 6-pack tonight. So, yeah, I mean, I think I've said, there's nothing truer has been ever said on this show.
No one's
so.
like listening to the show and be like, oh, here's my surprise
I'm
face.
shocked.
You know what I mean? Like, oh my God, no way. All right. Well, Cornhole family, we have more audio gold planned for you all today. We're going to be talking the Stevie Awards and Power Rankings, and we have curated the most dramatic readings from this week. Then we're going to be joined by ACL Pro Ethan Walker. But before we jump into all that, we bring in what's going on in our Cornhole lives, a segment we call In and Around the Hole.
Are you too good for your home? Answer me!
Are you looking to elevate your cornhole game, Dane?
Yeah.
Well, look no further than Black Sheep Baggers, where quality meets innovation. Whether you're a casual player or a seasoned pro, we have everything you need to dominate the boards. If you go to blacksheepbaggers.com, join the team, all right, you're going to be awesome. All right, so why settle for ordinary? So why settle for ordinary when you can play with the best? Join the Black Sheep Baggers family today over at blacksheepbaggers.com. Grab your set today. The 2025 stamp bags are going to be coming out soon, and their new designs are baller. All right.
Swing.
So don't take our word for it. Try it out for yourself. Go to blacksheepbaggers.com, and if you use code BIGASP, you're going to save yourself some money.
Ba Black Sheep.
All right. Hey there, cornhole enthusiasts and backyard champions. Are you ready to take your game to gnarly new heights? Introducing Gnarly Bags, where we craft the raddest cornhole boards in the biz, but for like one more day.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they're no longer.
Bye-bye.
So that's we got to figure that out.
We do.
So I talked to Jimmy a little bit.
Okay.
Weird stuff. But anyways, if you're listening to this now and you're like, damn, I need a new set of boards like as soon as possible, go to Gnarly Bags.
Why not?
Go to gnarlybags.com, grab a set of boards, the best in the biz. You use code BIGASP and you're going to save yourself 10%.
Sweet.
It's what we call a classic win-win-win.
Quinn.
Whiskey.
Yeah, I got to pronounce the H.
Correct. All right. So, what's going on?
Not a whole lot. Just up at the lake this past weekend. Just played a little bit in the backyard. Golfed a bit. Then heading right back up to the lake after we record here.
Yeah.
And just
Watching some Olympics.
Been watching a ton of Olympics because
We've always been Olympic people because, I think our parents were very
for
into
sure
it.
it was always on when we were at
Always.
home.
Like every 4
no matter
years.
what sport it was just on.
And it was kind of like a family event every year.
Yeah, we'd
Like,
always get together and watch it.
we had like the mom that like did the creative stuff growing up, right? Like
Yeah.
so she would have family parties, but like be like Olympic themed and stuff like that. So I was super excited.
Sure.
I'm very fortunate because my wife is very excited about the Olympics and my daughter's getting excited. So it's been fun watching a lot of it.
Heck yeah. And I love just obscure sports in the Olympics are my jam. I love watching the weird, like the weirder the better.
Well, what I love every 4 years, especially the obscure ones, we suddenly become experts on these sports.
Yeah.
Like when I'm watching gymnastics, my fat ass on the couch with a snack and a beer in my hand, and I'm like, "Oh,
that's
stepped
a penalty."
Out.
That's
see if she would have fixed her feet a little bit.
Yep, exactly. Didn't quite stick it. That's a 1/10 of a point deduction
Correct.
rather than 0.3 deduction.
During the interview with Ethan Walker, we had a question. Basically, you'll get to find out which events we would all want to medal in.
Yeah,
I think it was pretty entertaining,
I think
and
so.
It just shows that it's scary how much we think alike sometimes.
Very true. Yeah.
Because spoiler alert, most of the time with these questions, if it's tier talk, I know what I'm going to say. Like, at least I know mine ahead of time, unless you come up with it, but for the most part, when I'm putting the episode together, I come up with something. Mm-hmm. And so I typically have mine and I write it down. It's obviously just written down. And then when you started going over yours, I'm just like, are you serious?
And
like,
here we go.
Unreal.
Yep. Let it ride.
Freaking real.
I think it's also attributed to the sports that we followed a lot growing up.
Yeah.
I mean, again, no spoilers. We'll listen to it later.
It's been hot as shit outside, but I was outside all day yesterday doing yard work and stuff.
Nice.
Don't know if you can tell, but got a little sun yesterday.
Yeah, you look a little red.
Yeah, I wasn't even thinking about it. Just went outside like an idiot. Just cut the grass and then cleaned out the garage. Like just did a whole. I was just outside for like 4 straight hours. Like I waited till like the worst time. I went out like at noon. So from like noon to 4, like literally the hottest part of the fucking day.
Mm-hmm. You just wanted to subconsciously shed some.
I'm counting
LVs.
that as a workout.
Exactly.
I'm definitely counting that as a workout.
You probably sweated through a shirt.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
oh, 2.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Gross.
Twice.
But yeah, you weren't blessed with the tan skin. You just kind of turned more and more red.
Yeah. It's like a brownish red eventually that I turn.
Yeah.
But my problem is it fades so fast on me. Like
Yeah,
if I
it
don't
does.
go right in the sun, like I'm like my skin is like just dying to turn white again.
It's just like fluorescent lighting, please.
Other than that, nothing's really different. My daughter started cheerleading today. Nora started cheerleading today.
Nice.
So it's every Monday we have practice, and then every Saturday for like 10 straight Saturdays. Saturday
Sean's,
morning from 9 to 11. I'm
It's
going
like
to be
T-ball all over again, man.
You know the worst part about this is like if my daughter wants to try something, go have fun.
Yeah.
Like I want you to try whatever you want to
You
try.
gotta sit there and watch other kids be mediocre.
Yeah, I have to go watch like shitty flag football for every Saturday morning. That's just like for like 10 weeks.
Yeah.
And it's not like Valerie's going to go.
See, my thing is like that should be like a like a mom thing, the cheerleading things. Like the
I'm
mom
trying
thing,
to.
you know?
I'm very much trying to push that agenda.
But I know
So.
damn well you're going to end up like putting all the scrunchies in the hair and stuff, and you know you're going to be like super dad during it all, just because you don't.
I'm gonna be like
watch.
total dance dad. Maybe a total dance dad. Yeah.
You're like jazz hands.
Yeah.
Just doing the routine with them.
Damn it,
like,
we started.
Where's your pep?
Oh, I was so like she's at the age now where she's starting to get embarrassed by me, which I love because if you show me that you're getting embarrassed by me, it's only going to get worse.
Of course.
So like we were walking out and I'm like, oh, that one cheer you guys were doing was kind of funny. And she's like, which one? I started doing. She's like, stop. And I'm like, what? You don't like when I do it? And I just went full ham on it, like in the middle of the Brook Park Rec Center. It was pretty funny. I think she died a little bit, but that's why we have kids, right? So we can torture them a little bit.
Of course, yeah.
And that and free labor, I heard. So. Still waiting on that part, but
Just watching. This might be a major upset here.
so quick question for you. I was thinking, I don't know why this came in my head the other day. Again, it's just one of those random things that I busted out my phone. I'm like, oh, I want to bring this up. Did horses kind of get screwed? Like in the mammal context? Because if you think about like all the other like mammals, like kind of their size, they all have horns or like ways to like
Defend themselves.
So doesn't it like it would, to me? It almost makes more sense that like maybe like a unicorn would be like the real thing, and like a horse without a horn would be weird.
I mean, again,
Are you following my logic here?
I do. I'm not convinced that unicorns didn't exist at one point.
Right?
So, like, I'm just gonna throw that out there
Because it doesn't seem that far fetched.
exactly. Like,
It's
when
just
you
a
really
horn
think
growing
of
out of a horse. Now,
I'm like,
I
have
don't
you
believe
seen a rhinoceros?
the
Basically
magic. I don't think they think in like fart rainbows and piss magic.
Yes.
Like, I get that. Like, but did a horse once have a horn in its head?
Yeah,
Maybe.
exactly. Like, I mean, I don't know. Like,
We're
to me,
probably
like,
really dumb.
no, but like, look at a rhino. It's a literal living tank.
Thank you.
I mean, look at a hippo. It's a submarine that can murder anything in its path. Like,
Correct.
or it's like then a horse with a horn. Okay, because
you're
a
like-
platypus. It's a mammal that lays eggs and can shoot venom.
Yeah, at least the
hell
male.
is that?
At least male horses.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But like, all right, so you're saying horses got screwed. Giraffes kind of got screwed too. I mean, you're super tall, and your only weapon's really like whipping a neck around.
Well, and their kicks are nasty.
Have you seen a horse's kick?
Yeah.
And they're faster than a giraffe.
You think so?
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah. They
For
are.
sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure on that?
I'm not going to look it up, but I am sure on it.
We'll go. So randomly, I saw a video
All
today
right, I got to pull it up. Go
of
ahead, keep talking.
a lion going after a baby giraffe, and out of nowhere comes mama. Right? She comes running and she goes to kick the lion. What does she do? She ends up kicking her baby in the face. Baby knocked out cold, just collapses over, and then she just. I mean, survival of the fittest. She just ends up just stomping the baby then, and just like leaves it.
Yeah, I mean, you're like, all right,
It's like, hey, here's your meal.
Yep.
I made it for you.
you
Just
can always
remember
have
that.
another one and you get out of here.
So fucked up. But yeah, so okay, so what are you looking up? If horses are faster than giraffes?
Giraffes, yeah.
I mean, I would imagine that's got to be the case, but giraffes are just so tall. Like, if they get going,
Nope.
giraffes faster.
Horses are faster.
Horses are faster.
Yeah.
Okay, by a lot.
Yeah, yeah. They said like a race horse is like markedly faster than a giraffe, but then like a workhorse is closer to a giraffe's speed.
Okay,
So
so
like
all right.
the slowest horses are what giraffes run.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, I get you. All right. And then one random question for you.
I do love random questions.
I know. Would you rather work the same job for the rest of your life, or would you rather have to change job every year for the rest of your life?
So I'm actually experiencing this right now. So I literally like the
How long
event
have you
source.
been there?
This is my 12th year.
Okay, I was gonna say because I know you were
And
there
the first
before I was at mine.
9, I change positions every single year.
No, I'm saying like new place,
New place,
not
everything.
new
So
job.
I'm talking
yeah.
from my own experience
Okay.
though. Being 3 years in the same position, I think I would take changing every year.
every year.
Yeah.
yeah. I think for me, it
Just
would just
switching
kind of
it up.
depend on situation. But the longer I'm at my
If you
place
get
now,
guaranteed security switching jobs every year, like then I would be game for it.
But my thing is like even I mean, always it's looming in the back of your head. Like, okay,
Yeah.
I don't want to get too comfortable here because like I'm leaving anyways. Like I'm gonna get to start over anyways.
Yeah.
Which it's kind of exciting, but at the same time, like the older I get, I don't want to invest time and energy into like making new friends
Yeah,
and like
exactly.
meeting everyone new at the office. Like it's already annoying as hell to me now that like I've been there where I'm at for 10 years and I'm like the most tenured person left.
Yeah.
Everybody there is like brand new. I don't give a flying fuck what the girl's name is behind check in and check out. Like I just don't care. If you're there longer than 3 months, maybe I'll learn your name.
Yeah.
But if not, like I'm not going to use the mental energy to learn that.
Now my argument, my retort, if you will,
if you please,
being in the same position, you see the same people over and over again. Like my job doesn't have that kind of turnover.
Okay.
I don't know if all these listeners out here experience this, but like a lot of these people are also like they hang out outside of work all the time. My argument is I see you people more than my own family every day.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, but I don't want to hang out with you on the weekends.
Like, I think it's great.
And I get ridiculed for it.
I think it's great if you can go to work and you really enjoy like the people that you work with and you want to spend time with them. Awesome. I've always looked at work as I'm going there for a purpose. Like, I want to make money. So I'm going there to make money. I'm not there to make friends.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to be standoffish. Like, I'm polite to everybody and nice. And
oh, for sure. Like,
I'll
again,
chop it
I
up, but I'm not
consider us
I'm
friends.
Not,
but like,
I'm not going to hang out with you on the weekend.
I will go hang out with you like maybe like once or twice a year.
Correct.
But like, it's like every day.
Yeah.
And I'm like, guys,
I'm with you.
No, I can't.
Yeah.
This is not my life. Like,
Correct.
Can't handle it. But, yeah, I think I would still choose switching it up every year.
I think
because
right
I do
now,
like meeting new people, and then like, you know, if once they get stale, move on. Like stick and move.
The idea of changing jobs and then like schedule and everything to me right now, where I'm at in my life, is just it would be so chaotic.
Yeah.
So for me, I would rather just stay at the same place for right now. I mean, like obviously depends on the situation and stuff right now, but with
Fair
two little
enough.
ones, I don't want to be changing jobs every year.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. I have a completely different perspective.
For sure.
For
All right.
sure.
Let's
Sean.
move over. All right, so let's start with the first topic. First topic
Back
is
to our real job.
Stevie Awards.
Yep.
All right, so this is the third or fourth year we've been doing it.
I think fourth.
I can't remember. Regardless,
Yeah.
we were asked to vote on the Stevie
Maybe even
Awards again,
fifth.
which is pretty cool because looking at everyone that got it, it looks like we're the only outside voices. Everyone else is within the ACL, either a director or something like that. So thank you again. You know, I send a message to Trey thanking him. You know, I mean, we appreciate it. You know, I mean, like it's a nod and of respect, I think, and it's always kind of it's fun to kind of go over this and like your opinion to actually matter in something like this has been kind of cool. So obviously, let's start with right off the top. Let's start with MVP. So we've done it the last 2 or 3 years. How many years we've come on this episode and we've told you who we voted for.
Yep.
We've been very public about it. I don't think this one is really up for debate, at least between us. I would be very surprised if he doesn't land all first place votes. I voted for Jeremiah Ellis for MVP this year.
Spoiler alert, as did I.
Okay. Who got your second place vote?
We were in alignment.
Okay.
We
was
both took Adam Hissner.
Okay. And then third place?
It's where we're different.
Really? Okay.
I took Eric Davis.
Okay, you put Eric Davis
Yeah.
there. Okay.
I mean, they want to give the nod to the shootout stuff, and he did well in the shootouts and did well in singles.
And the only
end,
reason, again, I'm a loser. I like to research. I want my decision to be informed a little bit.
Yeah.
At least to have the ammunition to back up an argument. I picked Trader because we forget he did win a shootout in singles.
He did, yeah.
He swept that whole weekend.
But Eric Davis took two.
I'm not
And made it
arguing
to the
that.
same level.
But he hasn't
of
won a
final.
national. He didn't win a national yet, though. Trader did.
Okay, yeah, I mean,
So that's what I'm saying. They're very close.
Yeah.
I don't think you can make an argument either way. I put Trader down. Thought he just here and did a little bit more.
fair
I'm
enough.
just putting a little bit more weight on the national side than I am the pro shootout side.
I mean, I know with Eric Davis, a little recency bias there too, but I mean, someone tells me that they want to leave some extra sauce or meat on the bone for Rookie of the Year.
And I know people were asking, is recency bias a thing when we're voting? Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
If Adam Hissner had won the first national, right, but still had the same season, right, I think it would be easier to leave him off, right, or he'd probably still be on the ballot, but he wouldn't be in serious consideration.
Yeah.
I think after the last performance, and you really look at everything, like the dude's putting together, he's won his bracket in 3 out of 4 nationals, and then he just won the whole fucking thing. I mean, that's a really good run.
Yeah, he couldn't beat one guy in the first 2 nationals, and then after that, off and running, and he maintained it.
I mean, if your name's not Jeremiah Ellis right now, Hissner doesn't give a shit.
Yep.
Right? I mean, that's the way I look at it.
100%, yeah.
So, but I did think he deserved that second spot. All right, so this is where, to me, it gets interesting. All right, so we have the Rookie of the Year, which every year seems like it's like a kind of a big deal. Like, you know what I mean? It's kind of I think it's the hardest one to judge most years. Because every year we get 2 or 3 guys that come in and just blow the fucking doors off of the league, and they do really, really well.
Yeah.
I thought at some point we're going to hit this point where the rookies aren't going to keep dominating, right? It's just law of averages. Like, there's too many good players. It's going to stop. Well, it didn't stop this year. All right. So among the names of consideration were Jeremiah Ellis, you had Ryan Trader, Braden Wilson, Sammy Soto, and Roy Ball. Yeah. So those were the choices that were given. And then there was a fill-in spot.
Yeah.
I thought that there were 3 names that deserved votes right off the bat. I love Sammy Soto.
Yeah.
He didn't quite do enough.
I agree.
He's going to be around forever, and he's going to win a national eventually. It's just a matter of time with that kid.
Yeah.
Sometimes it takes a year or two. It's okay. And I'm fine with that. Like, I think he had a very solid season. I'm leaving him off. Same with Roy Ball. Fantastic fucking season. Blew every expectation out of the water, but he just couldn't get over the hump.
Yeah, but it's only up from here for both of those guys.
So when you're comparing resumes to Wilson, Ellis, and Trader, they just don't quite stack up enough, right? But they definitely deserve to be on the ballot. All right. Who did you vote for Rookie of the Year?
Well, if my math's correct, if you are the MVP of the entire league, then you have to be the Rookie of the Year. So I put Jeremiah Ellis.
Okay. And I get this. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
While you try to dig yourself out of that mathematic hole, I'm gonna grab a beer.
I voted for Ryan Trader. All right. And it has nothing, obviously I voted for Jeremiah for MVP. I get your logic 100%. But I have a hard time looking back and considering Ellis a rookie just because he's been a pro, albeit in another league or not. He had been and had already been playing against a high level competition. It's impressive that he was able to come over from one league to another and then still dominate. But to me, he was already like at that level doing it before. Whereas Trader is relatively new to the sport and is truly in like his first year of facing the best competition. And he did it. I'm not saying he did it as well as Ellis, but I'm saying to me, I consider what Trader did as a rookie.
Yeah.
Very impressive and more so than Ellis, only because of Ellis has been there. He's been around the block and he's already been playing like at a pro level, just in a different league. So that's why I still gave Ellis my second place vote. I'm pretty confident I'm in the minority on this. I'm okay with that though.
You are.
I thought that Trader deserved a first place vote. That's the route that I went. So, but I knew we differed on that. And I'm assuming Wilson got your third place vote.
He did.
He did. Any other year, he probably wins by landslide.
Yeah, but just my argument was when Matt Guy came over, he was a rookie.
In my defense, I did not vote for Matt Guy that year.
I know, he still took it.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. But again, I'm staying consistent is what I'm saying.
I just don't I don't agree with the integrity of the award if you give a rookie MVP and not Rookie of the Year by their standards.
I get it, man.
And if they have an issue with it, then maybe it's time that they reconstitute what a rookie is in the class.
I would be okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I would not argue.
So, I mean, that's just my only argument if Trader takes Rookie of the Year.
I think I'm very much in the minority of this. Mm-hmm. I think that if I was putting money on it, I would probably say Ellis wins MVP and Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
Again, I like to play devil's advocate when I really sat down and thought about it. I'm just trying to stay consistent and as a rookie.
Yeah, you're on the side that like
a true first year player
like Ryan Trader came in. Yes, so super impressive what he put on. So any other year I'd give him the nod, but it's just
I get it.
It's tough. It's a tough one.
All right, so the other award that we typically vote on every year is Breakout Player of the Year. Mm-hmm. This one's actually pretty entertaining. When you look at the names on it,
it is, yeah.
It was pretty tough, actually. So the choices were you have Jacob Trzynski, you had Justin Rule, you had Ian Cripps, you had Eric Davis.
Hang on, I'm pulling it up right now. So you had Ian Cripps, David Morse, Justin Rule, Zach Scheibner, and
Scheibner.
Jacob Trzynski.
Okay, so Breakout Player of the Year. My first place vote went to after a lot of consideration. Like I took notes, dove into stats, see how they improve from one year to another.
Yeah.
When I think of Breakout Player of the Year, I think of somebody that has either come from the depths of hell and come into like some sort of consideration. You know what I mean? Like at least they're relevant now, right?
Yeah.
Or you were like a known player, but now you're inserting yourself as a potential like
Dominant
top
force.
5 motherfucker.
Yeah.
It's a la, to me, I voted for Jacob Trzynski.
Yeah.
And really, this season reminds me of when Tony Smith won Breakout Player of the Year.
Exactly.
Like, it was like he was already a known guy. We already know, but why did he win the award? He won it because he firmly established himself as like, no, I'm fucking
put
here.
himself into
And
the
then what
top
did he do
5.
the next year? He won MVP.
Yeah.
So, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like Trzynski deserved it this year just because he's had such a good fucking year. After all the... listen, he had a great year in doubles last year.
Yeah.
Tony Smith decides to leave him, and he just has done nothing but win since then. Like, he's done really
100%.
well. To me, that was my first place vote.
Yeah, the same as me.
Okay.
Yep, went the same route.
Justin Rule got my second place vote. If you have not paid attention this season, the dude's been on absolute fire. Last year, he was ranked 166th, 166 in singles. This year, he's currently sitting at 25th. But to me, perhaps the most impressive stat is that last year, his average PPR in singles was 8.94. He's now currently sitting third overall at a 10.25. Talk about a fucking improvement.
Yeah.
Like that, if that's not breaking out, like that's breaking
did he
out.
completely change his
I don't know,
game
man.
and
Like
stuff up?
he might be. We've never had him on the show.
Yeah, we should bring him on.
I don't think I've ever really talked to him in person.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued now. Like we got to get him on the show. Like
Yeah.
Something changed. Something obviously changed. I don't know if it was bags or throw or something, but he definitely deserves it just based on these analytics alone.
Yeah.
I thought he could take, and he could win the whole thing. Like he still could. He could win this award very easily, and I would not be surprised.
For sure.
Who did you have your second?
My second was actually David Morse.
Was it really? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, he's just kind of been climbing up this whole time, and I will say it. I like David Morse.
Is he a kill shots guy?
Is he throwing kill
I
shots?
think so.
Doesn't matter.
It does.
Yeah.
No, I don't think he is though. Is he flux?
Yeah, he might be throwing something different. I can't
I'm trying to
quite
remember. We saw him at the regional early this year.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what he was throwing. I don't think it was kill shots. It might have been clutch.
To me, I just
Anyways.
I thought he was one of those exactly how you described it, like depths of hell. And he came up and was an MF for all season. He was very consistent.
Listen, he's been a grinder for a long time.
Yeah.
He's been a pro for a long time. Been around the game for a long time. He's actually from a city like not far from us originally.
Yeah.
I think he's from Rocky River, right?
Yeah.
Good dude. I like him. Again, like I just thought his resume just didn't quite hold up to some of the other ones. But again, he's had a really good season.
Yeah. I mean, to me, it's just like, I don't want, like, people shouldn't forget his name is how I see it.
No,
Like,
agree.
they're
And he
not
went
going
from
to after this
he went from a
season.
guy where it's like, was he going to qualify again, to be like, oh yeah, he's going to qualify.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and that's it. It matters.
Yeah, exactly.
It does. Let's see. Third place vote for me. I went Ian Cripps.
Okay. I mean, I get it. He did make a nice climb. It wasn't quite to Trzynski's level.
And again, I was trying to remind myself of the recency bias. Cripps was dominant early on in the season, right? He won a shootout. Last year, he finished at 22nd. This year, he moved to 13th. Is it a huge monumental jump? No. But I think he got consideration for this because of his relative level of consistency this year is better than what we've seen in the past. And he finally won an event.
Yeah.
He took it down. So, again, I'm a big fan of Ian Cripps. He is a prototypical, like he started when he was super young and he's grinded his way to becoming a really good professional cornhole player. And I respect the hell out of that, man.
I mean, it was ever since he made that epic comeback at Worlds
yeah.
that
Yeah.
he's just been...
When he was partners with Bella? Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
No, wasn't it in singles that he made that run? He, like,
I thought
won
it was
his
in
bracket
doubles. Oh,
or
no,
something.
yeah. Okay.
I think it was in singles, and he like requalified because of it. And ever since then, he's just been on a forever heater.
He has.
And then
All right.
my third was
Oh, yeah.
Rule.
Okay, I got you.
But I did know that he made that huge jump, and it was super impressive. Like
Okay.
that's a huge jump that he made this year. So yeah, kudos to him.
The last award we got to vote on, and I'm not sure if this award was around last year, or if they're just adding this year. Probably something I should know.
I think they had it. We just never got to vote on it.
Correct. It's a comeback player of the year. This one, again, loaded with names. This one was super interesting because we actually talked about this yesterday as we are kind of preparing for the episode a little bit.
Yeah.
On what the award was supposed to mean.
Yeah.
And when I was first thinking about it, and this is before I had submitted my votes, we were kind of talking through things. And you made a point about when you talked about Adam Hissner that resonated with me a lot. You want to just take it away? Because he was your first place vote too.
Yeah, he was
Okay.
mine. Yeah. I mean, comeback player of the year. Like again, we're talking about a guy that was down
Yes.
for his standards.
But it's different than correct because it's different than breakout player.
Yes.
Because this was a player that was established.
Yeah.
Was
kind of
down,
faded into the mist a little bit, but then this year just
burst
came
back
out
on, yes.
and absolutely showed up and showed out, and he's a household name again. It's Adam Hissner.
Yeah.
And then honestly, like close behind him, like you have the same one as me with Eric Davis.
Yeah, it was really close, but if I'm thinking about it, I mean, in pro standings right now, Adam Hissner's one spot against Eric Davis, above Eric Davis. It matters.
And the way I see it, Adam Hissner's season deserves something.
Yeah, I mean, Adam literally last year, Adam was ranked 56th. He's now currently 3rd. Eric Davis was 57th, and he's sitting 4th. They, mathematically speaking, they're the same improvement. Adam's technically one spot higher. That should matter, right?
It does.
So, like,
yeah.
So I'm putting it in there. So my third vote was actually Dalton McClem, who, again, he's a name, if you've been around for a minute, you know, right? He was one of him, and he was a former partner of Kyle Malone. They kind of put kill shots on the map, winning 2 nationals that year.
Yeah.
Really talented dude. Didn't play, and then all of a sudden came back this year, went through the pro qualifier, think undefeated last year, and then he entered this year and just quietly went from not playing at all last year, is currently sitting at 20th in singles.
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge
holy shit.
jump.
Like that, talk about like under the radar.
Yeah, we knew
I
that
had no
he had the
fucking
game.
clue.
I mean,
so when I was looking up like to see where he was at,
yeah,
I just instantly opened singles standings and started scrolling down. Completely blew past him. And I got all the way down. I'm like, I know I did not see Dalton McClem's name. And I scrolled all the way up. So I'm like, all right, let's start at 1 and work our way down. Let's not be dumb. And he was sitting at 20. I'm like, oh shit. Like I started way lower than this.
Now, see, my thing with McClem at 20 was still a silent 20. Like, we really didn't know that he was rated up that high.
Correct. That's why I didn't vote for him a 1.
But I gave my number 3 spot to Trey Birchfield.
Okay.
Just
All right.
because he really did fall out of the limelight.
If we're talking about just singles, then yes, I get that. But like he was still relevant because of him and Alex Rawls. Like he was still in the spotlight a little bit. That's the only reason. Again, that's why I went McClem over.
He kind of like was the shadow to Alex Rawls there for a minute, though, which is not Trey Birchfield's MO.
I think we know that, but I think that popularity and just people knowing.
I'm just talking like I gave him the nod because for how popular he was in his heyday. Like, it was a swift fall, and then to come back up and kind of just be in people's mouths again right off the bat again, that's why I gave him the nod.
No, I'm not arguing.
But again, but Clem, very impressive.
All the names on this list were very deserving. Like,
I think they did a good job.
I spent by far the most time on breakout and comeback player.
Well, because those are like the ones with the most variables, I feel like.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to make sure, like, I feel like if they're going to trust us with like placing votes for it, I want to at least do the due diligence and homework so that, again, like I have some ammunition to back up, because there's always going to be people that question what you're voting for.
Yeah, I just don't really care about their
opinion.
I know. But like, there's a reason why we were asked.
I know. Fair enough. All right. Power rankings.
Power
rankings. So again, this is not MVP. This is not pro standings. This is who do I think the best 10 fucking players are in singles.
So you throwing your
doubles
money
right now.
on going into Worlds?
Not necessarily. It depends on
who
the
you
odds
throwing
and
your
stuff.
money
But all right. So power rankings, updated power rankings in singles. Last time I had Jeremiah Ellis as number 1. Ryan Trader was number 2. There is a new number 1 player in power rankings this time. Some might even say drop the boom. It's Adam Hissner.
Boom.
Agree or disagree?
I actually do agree.
All right. So let me rattle off my top 5.
Okay.
All right. So I have Adam Hissner, Jeremiah Ellis, Ryan Trader, Jacob Trzynski, and Eric Davis as my top 5. Would you change any of the order?
I would flip-flop Trader and Trzynski.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I just, again, we're talking about going in with the hot hands leading into Worlds. I've been seeing Trzynski
Are you aware
trending
of,
upward a little bit.
Are you aware where Trader finished at the last national?
I am, yeah.
So he was runner-up.
Yeah.
So it's not like he played bad.
I know.
Okay.
But I just Trzynski's just on a heater.
Okay. 3, 4, I get it.
Yeah, this is just who I think I would believe would take it
So
over.
if we were doing a fantasy draft, both players are there. You're telling
I would
me
take Trzynski.
You take okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I like the cut of his jib, Sean. All right.
Fair enough. You agree with Eric Davis where he's at?
I do, yeah.
I felt like he hasn't won a singles national, but like he's the next best dude this year right now.
Mm-hmm.
Right? taking names out of it, just going on based on performance and how everyone's playing right now, I think he just definitely deserves there. You could probably maybe make an argument that he deserves to be a little bit higher, but after winning his bracket last time, but he did lose to Trzynski. I felt like he had to be below.
Yeah, I agree.
At number 6, same as last time, Alex Rawls, just kind of ho-hum. It's not a sexy pick. I get it. He's had an okay season, like in terms of like his performance. Like he's used to like being second overall. So he's come back down to earth a little bit, but I just feel like his performance has been good enough this year that, and we all know how good he is, that he still deserves a spot in the top 10. And he's been more consistent than some of the other guys lower down on the list.
Yeah,
so
for sure. No, I don't disagree with him there. It's just hard, like recency bias wise, with what like Kano put together early on.
Yep.
That it's like, but yeah, here he is slipping all the way back to, was that 7th?
Correct. Yeah, that's why I have Gavin Kano at number 7. He's still a top 10 player in the country. We just don't know which one are we going to get. Are we going to get a top 1 or 2, or hasn't been one yet? So like 2 or 3?
Yeah.
Or are we going to get somewhere closer to 10? I don't know. Right now, the last 2, he hasn't had his A game yet. I think the World Championships, we could see a different Gavin. And if he won his first national title, wouldn't surprise anybody.
No, not at all.
So it's just more of a matter of time. But again, he's talented enough. He belongs on this list without question.
Mm-hmm.
My number 8 is Tony Smith. A little bit of name biasy there, a little bit, but he's not having a terrible season. I think he's sitting at like 13th or something, maybe 18th.
So there's one name that I would actually throw in here.
Okay.
I would flip flop their positions, and I agree with the rest of your list. It would be
Wilson and Smith.
No, it would be Smith and Harbaugh.
So you would put Harbaugh at 8.
8.
And Smith at 10.
Yes.
If I'm doing a true power ranking, I am coming out with an article, probably dropping. If you're listening to this, it's probably already dropped. My problem with Harbaugh is we know how talented he is. He's never finished the fucking job. And that matters. I'm sorry.
The same thing you just said about
that matters.
Gavin Kano. It's only a matter of time. It's just taking him a minute.
We both saw him play live.
I know. Maybe
in doubles,
maybe he'll find the right thing to switch it up this time and make it happen finally.
If we're doing, I think recency bias actually hurts Devin Harbaugh on my list right now because I got to watch him play live, and I got to watch.
Doesn't hurt the fact
I got
that
to
he
watch Adam
won his
Hissner
bracket.
Dismantle Devin Harbaugh.
Yeah, but he still won his bracket leading up to.
He did. I'm not. That's why he's still on the list. But I still think if you polled the ACL right now, who would you rather play, Devin Harbaugh or Tony Smith? I think Tony Smith probably still has a slight edge in that.
All right.
But again, it's 8 and 10. We're not arguing over like.
I'm just saying you're only talking about one aspect of like the televised matches that he's like kind of choking on. But in order to get there, I don't think anyone wants to face Devin Harbaugh right now.
If it's an open and I can gamble on it, I'm betting Devin Harbaugh. Mm-hmm. But if we're talking national and going into worlds, like I just want to see it before. And again, right now, I think Gavin is in a better headspace than what I saw Devin be in. That's all it is. That's literally what it comes down to. My 9th place team was Braden Wilson. Yeah. Well deserved. You can make an argument he probably deserves to be anywhere up as high as 6th.
I mean, he's been super consistent.
He has been relatively consistent.
Yeah, I mean, I think he definitely deserves to be in this list. I like where he's at though.
Honorable mention: Jamie Graham. Despite him, in his eyes, if you really asked him, he's having like an okay season. He's sitting just outside the top 10, I think. I think he's like tied for 11th or whatever. So he's right there. Ian Cripps deserves a nod. He's currently sitting 13th. But Ian Cripps, if you really look at his stats, he was very dominant early on in the season.
Yeah.
And that is really kind of holding up for him a little bit because he's only won like 58% of his matches, which is like, oh, that's a good majority. Well, if you go down like 1 percentage point, you start seeing names like, is Jordan Power having a good season?
I mean,
he's 1%. He's 1% winning percentage better than Jordan Power. That's what, one match all season, if that less. I mean, less than that. I mean, that just shows like how there is a little bit of luck in draws and brackets and how you're performing. So I left Ian off of my top 10 list. I was tempted to put him in there, but when I start looking at some things, he's close.
Yeah,
there's some things he's got to polish a little bit, but thought he deserved a nod.
Don't we all?
All right, so doubles.
Dublaze.
Number 1 team. They're kind of been a staple up here for most of the season. I didn't move them down last time because recency bias, and again, who was playing the best. If you're looking across the board right now, there's no doubles team in the country that wants to play Smith and Richards.
No.
They're still the number one team. They came second in their bracket the last time. They've already won a national. They came in second in another. They're there, right? So we know world championships come. Smith and Richards are going to be the favorite doubles team. And if they win it, no one's going to be surprised.
Yeah, and again, doubles has been so volatile this year.
It really
and they
has.
were still the
And they're
most consistent
correct,
in quotes.
correct.
So, yeah.
100%. Ellis and Hart are my number 2 team.
Yeah.
They've kind of been flirting up and down, anywhere from 2 to 4 or 2 to 5 for me this year. It comes down to last time I moved them down a little bit because I wanted to see there was a little bit of inconsistency there. All right. They won a national. They took 8th in a bracket, 4th in a bracket, but then this last time they took 3rd in their bracket. So they polished it up a little bit. They were 1 or 2 games away from winning possibly the whole thing again. So they're right there.
They're like we talked about the volatility of doubles.
And if we're being honest, they have the
consistent.
MVP on their team.
Exactly. They have
That
the
matters
MVP on
for
their
something.
team, and when they turn it on, it's tough to beat.
Correct. Completely agree. Third team is probably not. I don't know. This is like the one. Like I had a hard time writing this down just because, like, again, we talked. They're kind of just boring.
I know you're just not feeling vanilla tonight.
Holland and Rolls. They're a really good team. They've been close.
Yeah.
They haven't quite gotten over the hump, but they're right there. And because doubles has been so volatile, this consistency has to count for something in my mind. And it's not like they're ever showing up and having a bad performance. They've logged a tied 3rd at Bag Brawl, had respectable showings at both Cornhole Media and the Kickoff Battle, and then they were second in their bracket at the Final Chase. So they're right fucking there.
They're knocking on the door.
Correct. My next team. So team 4, Harbaugh and Malone. They were going into this season, I think that, and it's probably us included, we thought it was kind of inevitable. All right, Harbaugh's going to get over the hump. He's got Kyle Malone.
Yeah.
He just wins in doubles.
That's
like
what they
they're
do.
going to find some event, and then they're going to win it. They've had a solid season. They took tied 2nd overall. They've been tied 3rd overall, along with a 4th and a 7th place. They've been knocking on the door all season. They're right there, easily a top 4 team.
I agree.
My 5th place team, it felt oddly putting them any lower just because, again, they had won a national, right? They've been a little inconsistent, but you have your Bag Brawl champs and Halpert and Trzynski at number 5. They're Bag Brawl champs. They took 5th in their bracket after following that up. So it's a solid finish. It wasn't anything great, but we know that, again, they have Jacob Trzynski, who we both think very highly of. That matters. And Tanner Halpert just seems to kind of be rounding right back into form.
Well, them, much like Ellis and Hart, when they click, it's a hard team to beat.
Yep. Sixth team, and again, this might be unpopular only because I'm leaving a team below them.
Yeah.
My 6th place team is Chamberlain Burton Jr. They've consistently improved every event. They have a tied 3rd at Bag Brawl, 2nd in a bracket at the Final Chase. So they're just moving in the right direction. They're right there. And again, they're one of those doubles teams that if they ended up winning the whole thing, I would not be surprised at all. They've shown us they can do it.
For sure.
So, and I know they haven't won a national this year, but if going into this, like who intimidates me a little bit more, I'm going to go with Burton Jr. and Chamberlain.
I agree. Yeah. I mean, they are a scary duo, and they've been putting it together for
And they've been
2
in the top 10
now.
list all year.
Yeah.
It's a sign of respect a little bit too.
For sure.
A new team, first time they've ever been on the doubles list, so it's a long time coming. You got Scheibner and Landis. Showed up and showed out at the Final Chase, demonstrated they can get it done. They're currently sitting at is it 6th? Yeah, 6th place spot. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
7th.
Yeah, 7th place spot. So, well deserved. Might seem a little low to some people after they just won a national. You got to look at the whole landscape of things. Going into nationals, going into worlds, it's going to be, they're one of those teams that's like, oh, I might want a piece of, just because they're playing really well right now.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
but power rankings are my opinion. And
yeah,
that's where I'm putting
exactly.
them right
And again, like they took a minute to crack through the ceiling, but now that they did, who knows? They could be the next team. They have the goods.
8th place team, I had Wilson and Sims. Again, just
consistent.
I felt like after watching that game, and if you watched it, whoever won that match was going to win the whole thing. Wilson Sims lost a nail biter to Scheibner Landis. I feel like they deserved it. They showed that they're right there.
Yeah.
In that they've had a really solid season. Again, they have Braden Wilson, who's been throwing really well this year. You have AJ Sims, who is about as consistent as they come as a pro. They're really
And
they're a
oddly
handful
enough,
on the boards.
with like just the odd couple duo that they are. Probably have the most chemistry of any duo team that we see down this list right now.
AJ Sims is just a cool dude.
Yeah, I love watching those two on the boards together. So
He was another name that we ran into. We forgot to mention
yeah,
at when we were in Canton. But all
love
right,
you,
no-
AJ.
ninth place team. They were a team that the last time I wrote the article for power rankings, they were like 4th or 5th,
Yeah.
and it was teetering on like they make another broadcast or they win it. They could be
They're
number
good.
1 overall.
Yeah.
Like they're that good. They're currently sitting at 9th. I have Smith and Wiedenfeld.
Yep.
They fell back just a little bit. I think they took 9th or 10th in their bracket, like tied for 9th or 10th in their bracket. Again, that's the one they threw away though.
Yeah. So
They're still a top 10
this game's
doubles team
still
right
a
now.
fickle bitch.
They're very, very good.
Yeah.
Again, if they went to Worlds and won, not surprised at all. Rounding it out, I don't want to call them disappointing this season because they're clearly still having a very solid season. But I think expectations, probably even internally, I would imagine,
Yeah.
and then definitely outside, is Kano and Hamilton. I really expected them to kind of win something or just be
Yeah.
more of a steady presence on the broadcast just because of how good those two dudes are.
Yeah. I mean, I agree 100%. But
Hot take. It's obvious how, first of all, Fisher Hamilton looks
fantastic.
fucking phenomenal. Whatever workout that dude's
Sign me up
doing,
with your trainer, dude. Like,
Dude.
good Lord.
looking phenomenal. I'm almost wondering, does that fuck with your throw a little bit?
It very well could. I mean,
If your
he's
body's
probably-
going through that drastic of a
Yeah.
change, it's got to change some variable, right?
Of course, yeah. I mean,
Degree of
it's
the angle
still-
that your arm. Like,
yeah,
listen,
just
we're big
learning,
dudes.
yeah.
We get it. If I start slimming down, I have a whole much more range of motion that I
Yeah.
can that I can fuck up.
Exactly.
So I'm wondering if that has a little bit to do with it. But obviously, they're still having a great season. They're still a top 10 ACL doubles team right
sure.
now. I put them at 10th because it's more of a sign of respect, and I expect them to do better.
Yeah.
They have a full cape. They should be a top 3 team in my mind.
Yeah, I
Like, they're
agree.
that good. They
With
should
that talent
be up
level
there.
on there.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Hell yeah! All right, so
Honorable mentions.
yeah,
You listed Bernasette Jr. and Lopez Jr.
yeah, man. They've been second in their bracket the first 3 nationals. Last
Yeah.
one they had a little bit of hiccup. I think they took like 7th in their bracket. They've been under the radar, just knocking on the door.
For
And I
sure.
feel like I want to shine a little light on them because they've done really well. So I think I had them up as high as 7th on my last power ranking. Just left them off a little bit this time.
Yeah.
Again, recency bias is a thing, but they deserve to be mentioned in this conversation. And then the other team is Graham Modlin, just outside the top 10 right now. It's World Championship time, which is like they should just name the World Championships. If Graham wins another one,
Yeah.
you might as well just call the Jamie Graham.
The Jamie Graham Awards.
I mean,
yeah.
then he's going to have won like 67% of everything there. So it's
Yeah.
like you're heading into this one. It'd be dumb not to at least put their name on an article somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. Just say their names.
For sure. All right, let's do these dramatic readings. We have listener questions
In a world
too.
where bean bags have brought men to their knees, social media serves as sanctuary for keyboard warriors. Time for the dramatic readings.
And these dramatic readings are brought to you by Big Old D Bags. Head on over to Big D Bags and get yourself a set today. I know that they're representing strong out at the ACO Worlds.
Maybe it'll come with like a cool picture of like a cheetah or something.
I know.
Wouldn't that be sweet? That'd be a good marketing ploy, John.
Sure. John.
John, you heard
Maybe
it
a
first.
cheetah with a big D. Look at that. On a big D bag.
What?
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 Or a lion, if you're a fan of lions, it's fine. Those two.
Those two. Or a cheetah. How could it run?
You said cheetah first.
I know. I'm just thinking, how could it run?
It's true.
Find out over at bigdbags.com. Drop code BIGASP10 at checkout to save yourself $10 today. Grab the girth over at Big D Bags.
$724 Bagger Company. Announcement. 724 Bagger Company has elected not to renew with the ACL for the upcoming 2025 ACL season. This was a difficult decision for us, but ultimately one we made as a family. Many factors have weighed into this decision, and we are thankful to the ACL for the opportunity we had to partner with them for the past season. We have a vision for what we want our company and how we want to get there. That being said, the ACL has told us the current comp stamp of 2024 is good through the 2026 season, so you can still use all bags purchased for the coming years. If you are still interested in throwing 724 and ACL sanctioned events, you will have to get them before we close the site on Monday, that's already passed, July 29th at 12 p.m. Eastern. We currently have 7 series approved through the ACL. Contractually, we are no longer able to use those names, so all these series will be renamed. Bags will remain the same material and resin. We also know how to make all of our old series again, which we are super stoked about. We appreciate every one of you and hope you all to continue to be part of the 724 family. Be brave enough to travel the unknown path and learn what you're capable of.
Wow.
All right, so this was part of the big news, and I can't remember when Buffalo Boards announced first that they were leaving. Was that
I think it was like literally the day before that.
Did we talk about? We didn't talk.
No,
about
we didn't talk about them either.
So the new, if you're not on social media and stuff like that, the biggest thing recently has been 2 relatively large or popular bag companies have decided to step away from the ACL. First, you had Buffalo Boards made a very long post after a talk with Jesus that they decided to step away from the ACL because the ACL is the devil. And then you had, sorry, I couldn't resist. I couldn't resist.
I'm grabbing a beer. Good Lord.
And then you had the 724, your Jared Nash and Company. If there's not a more perfect time for Jared Nash to come on this fucking show finally, if we can just rally as a nation and just everyone hound him and tell him he needs to come on for an interview, that'd be greatly appreciated. But anyways, they make the post that they're stepping away from the ACL. This is, I don't know, this is a weird one for me because it was a really big decision for Jared to go to the ACL route in the first place. So it's interesting in a few points. First point is he decides to go the ACL route after leading the charge for so long and being the champion of this no stamped bag company group thing.
Yes.
Right?
100%.
He was a champion. He was the godfather. He was the one that everyone was striving to see. And then right before the season starts, he's like, hey, guess what, guys? I just kidding. I'm going to actually get the stamp, but good luck, everyone. Like, I hope you guys are all good. I'll keep coming to our charities. So he goes to ACL route. Regardless of what you say, if sales were going well and everything was great, they're not leaving. Right? And that goes for Buffalo, too.
1,000%, yeah.
They're not going to leave if things are going well. So that means clearly they weren't getting what they thought they were getting out of it, which was better payments.
Yeah.
I think it's no secret that bag sales across the board are down. But it's interesting that they don't feel that the ACL stamp is going to do anything for them. Because once you have the stamp, yes, there is like this reprocessing fee, like to go re-up with it. But to get back in, if you ever wanted to, it just gets more expensive every year. So you're now making a firm decision that we are now officially done with the ACL going forward.
I mean, all that says to me is that you were not able to recoup your investment, like probably not even close to what you needed to invest to get these bags stamped.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, it's not a good look for companies looking to become ACL stamped in the future, but I think the whole design is for exactly that. I mean, it's no secret.
Yeah. We're going to get into more of this stuff, like this kind of talk in the off season, right?
Yeah.
So we've been kind of like pushing it off, especially like the bag stamp stuff. I'm hearing rumors that there might be the ACL is going to be releasing something probably pretty soon about the board stamp stuff, kind of like a press release or something. There may or may not be an article in the works by yours truly on Hard Rack Push with some details. So just be on the lookout for that. But we're going to get into all that stuff as the offseason goes on. But again, clearly they weren't. Both those companies were not seeing like it working. They both start off as like non-stamped companies and were very successful.
Yeah, for sure.
It is a kind of a.
But I mean, Buffalo wasn't really as late to the game as
No, they were pretty
724,
early.
though.
No, they were pretty early. 724 was very late to the game, and it's like they gave it 1 year, and they're like, it's like you're selling out a little bit.
And I am more surprised by Buffalo because they did have representation on the main stage multiple times.
And ACL was just like
still not getting
I'm sorry,
ROI on it.
724 was like comp stamp stuff.
Yes.
So like they didn't have to worry about pro sponsorships. I think.
But people don't want to throw the comps; they want to throw what the pros are throwing.
It's not even that. It's not that. I really think that when they decided to go the ACL, I think a large percentage of their fan base thought that they were selling out.
Yeah,
I truly think so.
I agree. Like, I mean, it wasn't the best look because, like you said, they led the charge, and then all of a sudden, we're supposed to just all have forgiven. Like, oh yeah, we're cool.
And the worst part about it is that the ACL, when you leave, they own that bag name for 3 years.
Yeah.
So like, I'm not. I want my 724 grenades and chaos and like I want like all my standard names. It's gonna be weird like trying to go with different ones.
Do you think
The Anarchy X?
Do you think he goes with like a whole new theme?
I don't know. I'm interested to see. Listen, he makes great bags.
He does.
He had such a good thing going, and I like the fact that he
And I'm
tried
hoping he
something.
can get back there.
Yeah, oh, I think so too.
Yeah, I mean, I have no doubt that he can definitely just get back to like the, kind of that under the radar, like
If you've
Cult
never
following.
thrown a 724 bag, you're doing yourself a disservice.
yeah, they're brilliant.
Speak to
bag
anyone
makers.
that's ever thrown. I've not found anyone that's ever had something negative to say about them.
Yeah, they are great bags.
Yeah.
But next question is, we were at what 56 bag makers this year?
Something like that, right around that number, yeah.
How many more fall this year? Over under 20.
Under.
I'm going over.
You're going over 20?
Going over
No,
20.
I don't think so.
I think bag sales were that bad.
I think that part of it is if you're already in, you already made the major investment.
Yeah.
Yes, you have to pay per bag series that you want to get whatever included, but your major financial investment's already in. So
To re-up that bag, isn't it another 1,000?
something like that,
At the
yeah.
start of the season,
But again,
or
like if you want to
1,500?
get your stamp the first time, it's like 20,000.
Well, I know
So,
it's expensive, but
so some,
it's hard
I think
seeing
some
those
of it
red
is-
numbers over and over again, month in and month out. That it causes. I wouldn't even say a panic. It's when it comes decision time. It's like, is it really worth it? Are we going to be able to recoup this, or is this just a loss? And I think a lot of people are going to be
Listen,
saying
I
there's a loss.
I could be way off,
Yeah.
and you could be right. This could just be the start of like this mass exodus. I don't think it's the case. I think it's going to be probably. You said 20, right?
Yeah,
If I had to get, I think the high side would be like 10.
I think if you look down that list, there's going to be a lot of names still on it that you're surprised by, and you're like, oh, and then they're going to fall off.
But if they haven't fallen off yet, why would they do it now?
Because it's just another like I would be hard pressed to believe that some of these smaller bag companies even made enough money on bag sales to cover the 1,000 to like get the stamp again next year. That's how bad bag sales have been.
That's fair. Yeah,
So
I
that's
mean,
where
I get it.
I'm sitting at it.
Yeah, I get it. It's sad though. You know what I mean? Like
It is sad.
Listen, like if anything, we all want anyone listening to the show. We all want the same thing. We want this game to get as big as we can. And listen, admit it or not, like it or not, the ACL is the best shot we have
It is.
at this game going global, getting into the Olympics, getting as big as we can. They've positioned themselves as really the only legitimate shot. What are you holding out hope for fucking MLC to come out from the grave?
You never know, Sean.
Frank Greer's has been like passing
Where's
out
Dwayne
$500 paydays for like 1,000 people participate in tournaments for years. Like, and it hasn't done shit. So like we have one shot at doing this right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because guess what? If the ACL goes away, cornhole's never going to do anything. It's just not. It's just not big enough right now.
Yeah.
But if we can all rally together and just get behind and stop being like bitches about everything, like maybe we can get somewhere. But anyways, all right, let's do the next one. Addicted to cornhole. Matthew Gaggan. I think an adult who works 40 hours a week and really good at cornhole is more impressive than a kid or a teenager that is really good at cornhole. Sorry, but true. So, I very much agree with this.
I do too.
If you are a grown-ass adult and you have a full-time job and you can still go out there and be a stud, I think that is so... I think it's more impressive than somebody who is a professional at cornhole and that's all they do for a living.
Yeah.
But it just is. Like, they have less time to practice. They have more on their plate. I get it. Like, it's to me, it's just more impressive.
I
Do you
agree 1,000%.
I wasn't even really going to do this.
Yeah.
But then I saw Devin Harbaugh's comment, and I had to chime in on it. So Devin Harbaugh said something along the lines of, like, all these people saying that they work way more than 40, that's on y'all. If someone can live comfortably not giving every hour to a company who doesn't care for them, let them. Doesn't mean they work part-time. Last time I checked, you were a full-time employee working 36 hours a week. No offense, Devin, but, like, when you get a job, then call me.
Yeah.
Like, when you're a full-time cornhole pro, you get to stay out of these big boy conversations. I'm sorry, you just do. You don't flood like this. I made something about, like, he said something about, like, all he wants to do is be able to pay his bills and have enough money left over to live comfortably. And my rebuttal was, like, what your idea of comfortability is completely different than somebody else's comfortability.
For sure. Yeah.
Like, I guarantee you, I would not be comfortable living like your lifestyle. I just wouldn't.
Yeah. You're
And that's
bougie.
okay. But if that's comfortable for you, that's fine. But it's different for everybody. So if you coming through like with this like very outside opinion of saying like oh well, if you're working 40 hours a week for the man, like, well, listen, the motherfucking man's paying the bills.
Exactly.
I don't have
I gotta
Ultra
take that
just
paycheck
handing me
home.
fistful of money in the beginning of the season because I could throw a beanbag really well.
Yeah.
So some of us have to work because we're not that good. If you're talented enough to do it full time, great. But I just think it's a really crappy view of like, no one was targeting Devin Harbaugh with that post. You were
No,
not
not at
lumped
all.
in with the young dudes that anyone was talking about. He was talking about like guys like Ryan Trader, Braden Wilson, guys who don't have to pay a mortgage.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So I felt like it was just a weird time to chime in, and I maybe have had a drink, and I'm like, I can't let this go.
Yeah.
Like, I got to comment back. Like, you're not, don't just sit there, because then he had like 90 likes. Fuck off, people.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yeah, exactly. Those are all the people who like living in
Those
a
are all the
trailer
ones that
park or
complain
something
about that they went to a blind draw, they took third place and only took
Yeah.
and then won $20.
Meanwhile, they're sitting at home on
Reevaluate
disability.
your
and-
fucking life if that matters. So
But I think like my one argument for this whole conversation, when it comes to these young bucks being very good, how is that any different than like the up and coming talent in any sport at the professional level? You have NFL players getting drafted from college where all they know is football. Now, granted, they can't get to that elite level until they reach a certain maturity and
Yeah.
strength. But to me, it's no different. They're the pros because they have the time to be able to put into it. So, yeah, I am definitely more impressed when somebody's super good and also working a full-time job on top of it. But does that mean that like we should slight the juniors for being that much better, just taking advantage of the time they have? Absolutely not.
interesting stuff. We have a few listener questions.
Why? Why do they want to ask us stuff?
I think this is interesting. So James Carroll, he oftentimes posts very good questions. He said, "Will there be someone who creates a copy of the TCL in areas the ACL isn't as popular? And will this year be the year that the ACO sees a shift in players coming back?" No. I think the players that you see coming back to the ACO, I think the large majority of them are going to be the ones that didn't automatically qualify to become an ACL Pro.
Yeah.
You might have a few outliers, those that qualified that might leave, but I don't think it's going to be the majority of them. And again, like, I don't understand this whole, like, the ACO preaches, like, it's a family environment. Sweet. Cool.
Yeah.
But, like, all we ever hear about, like, every other fucking person complaining on the end, like, addicted cornhole and stuff is complaining about payouts.
Yeah.
That's the one thing the ACO doesn't do very well.
Yeah, they don't.
Historically speaking.
Before we crap all over the ACO, though, I do want to shout out Dingus and Lucas Jr.
Okay.
taking second overall
I'm not
in the World
shitting on them.
Championships. I know. I just wanted to give them a shout out because I love those guys. So congratulations, boys.
To
Happy
answer your
see you guys
question,
throw
no,
them.
I don't see there being a major shift
No, there's not
in
gonna be a shift
participation
anywhere.
in the ACO.
Now, I did see a post shitting on the ACO about not giving someone their flowers. Like somebody went in and won like singles or something, and like nothing was brought up about it, and like Frank Gears like didn't have anything to like give him or anything as like a trophy and stuff. So yeah, I mean that's tale as old as time.
I mean,
Cue Mrs. Potts.
will there be someone who creates a copy of the TCL in the same areas of the ACL? I honestly, I don't know. I know Idaho did that. I believe that Idaho is no longer, I think it's Idaho, right? Is no longer ACL. Is that, I'm pretty sure, I thought it was Idaho. That's no longer ACL, and they're just doing the Idaho Cornhole League. And it's interesting. I mean,
good
listen,
for
we've
them.
been to TCL events. They are a lot of fun.
Yeah.
The problem is the same thing that the TCL runs into a problem with is their best players still want to go play the best players in other tournaments.
For sure. Yeah. I mean that's what their MO is to use that as prep.
So the TCL is not going to stop them from going to play in those,
No.
but they do have a rule. If you're a pro in another league, you just got to pay like a certain fee to get in. So
And
I
you
get it.
can't pair up with another pro from that
Correct.
league too.
Okay. Chance wants to know if the ACL shrinks to a 100-player field, what do you think the process to become a pro looks like? Is it a draft, or do they still have the qualifier at Worlds every year and let less people in? Well, I think you would first have to establish well in advance that, hey, like we're changing after this year. So going into the pro season, everyone is well aware that the pro field is shrinking from 250 to 100.
Yeah.
it would be up to the ACL to figure out how to divvy that up. I think you would have to have probably at least 50 automatically qualify. Right,
sure.
the top 50 in singles or something automatically qualify. I know they like to use doubles and everything, but
Yeah.
that's where it gets weird. But if you're talking about singles, maybe the top 50. If you still want to have a pro qualifier, but make it even more elite, where only the top 8 get in. But they got to get rid of this huge advantage for women, like where they have basically if you're a female player right now and you make it in the ACL, it's really hard not to make it back.
I mean, I
in.
wouldn't be mad if they did like top 100 and then like took like the top 15 women like in a separate number though.
That's what they're doing already pretty
I know.
much.
I get it, but it's like with the full 256 and
Yeah.
stuff, like it eats away at that. But if you just do the top 100, if they like find themselves inside
if
of that
the ACL
suite, but,
wants
like,
to be serious, they need the top 100 players, not just like this many men and this many women.
yeah.
If that's what they're true. Again, I get that we want the game to grow. In order to do it, there's 2 sexes. I completely get that. But if you're talking about this and you're only taking 100, you can't have it like, well, 8 of these are going to be reserved for women. No. Why?
Exactly. Like we want the best of the best in it.
This is a great game. We're all throwing a 1 pound beanbag at a board. Sex has nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
It just happens to be more men playing the game. That's all it is. That's what
sure.
it comes down to. Okay, so we kind of answered Reggie's before. Shout out to Reggie Rikes. We love you, brother. Okay, Mike Napier. Will these random people on the internet ever stop finding things to cry about regarding the ACL? I pray not.
Yeah. This
Mike.
is like the whole point of the show.
Thomas Stranger said, what do you think of these young guys' beards? I don't know if you saw a picture of Justin Stranger.
I
got
did.
He's got the Devin Harbaugh.
Yeah, the Devin
going.
Harbaugh
I
look.
like that. We've a lot of Devin Harbaugh talk. We like
Yeah.
you too.
Hey.
I know I was giving you shit before, but you know I love you, brother.
It's bulletin board material, but yeah, Justin, just get up to this level, man. Get up to my level.
Okay, so Dylan Otto, do you see a recency bias playing into the MVP race? Yes, but not for overall winner.
No.
I think Adam Hissner gets a nod for maybe a second place vote when maybe he wouldn't have gotten that earlier. But no, I think outright winner doesn't matter.
In my voting alone, you saw it. I gave the nod to Eric Davis over Trader.
Let's see. Pete Rose, in or out of the Hall of Fame? This is from Brian. Great fucking question, Brian.
Oh, Pete Rose in.
I'm 100%. Yes, I'm yes. For me, I didn't
If
know
you're
how you
leaving
thought about this.
Shohei Ohtani alone and letting him dominate the MLB right now, then you put Pete Rose in the fucking Hall of Fame, you pieces of shit over at the MLB. Sorry, I do love the MLB, but it's like one of the biggest things that just irks me the most.
No, I'm 100% agree with you. He is one of the best hitters. I mean, there's some crazy stats out there. He played for a very long time,
Yes.
but he has the most hits of all time. Like, it's got to count for something, man. But I think he also has the most strikeouts. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought.
No, does he? No, I think that was overtaken by somebody. He used to have the most strikeouts. Somebody
Oh, is that right?
took
Okay,
that, yeah.
okay, fair enough. All right, you want to cue the rap
Is
porn?
it time to cue it up?
Dude, can you cue the shit out of this rap porn tonight? I need it. I know there's at least a few people that got so pissed.
Yeah.
so
Sean.
early in the morning. All right, so reach us at Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Big Ass Cornhole.
And Facebook at Big Ass Cornhole Podcast. Thanks again to our sponsors. Head over to dragonbags.com and pick yourself up some heat today. And Big D Bags, go grab your girth. Drop code BIGASP10 to save $10.
Don't forget about Black Sheep Baggers. Go to blacksheepbaggers.com. Use code BIGASP to save yourself some money. And hurry up if you're looking for the best boards in all the land. They're going to be ending board sales soon. Go to gnarlybags.com. Grab your set of boards today. Use code BIGASP and save yourself some money.
Shwing.
Patreon, if you're looking to support us because you think we're good looking, we sound good, or you just feel bad for us, if you go to patreon.com/bigasscornhole for the price of a beer a month. All right, just picture the little kid pushing a tumbleweed. It'd be Dane pushing an empty 12-pack. All
Yeah.
right, just around in the dust.
Should never happen.
It's just so sad. For the price of beer a month, you can help us keep doing what we're doing. We get bonus content. We get monthly happy hours.
Be on the lookout next week.
Dude, I'm excited. So next week's happy hour is gonna be fun. We got some pro players that are gonna be joining us right after the draft. So if you're on Patreon, stay tuned. But yeah, we have fun doing it. It's a way we post polls. They're gonna be voting on our new intro song soon. So if you're looking, you just like our content, you'd like to support us, we greatly appreciate it. Go to patreon.com/bigasscornhole and help us out. Apple Podcast reviews, keep them pumping in. Thank you so much for everyone that's dropping, and we've gotten like 10 new ones in like the last week or so. If we can keep that rolling, again, our goal, I would love to see Big Ass Podcast on Apple's page. The only way we do that, if we keep getting these new reviews rolling in, 5 stars, please, because we love us and we love you. Yeah. That'd be greatly appreciated. But yeah, so we sat down with Ethan Walker. Interesting dude. He's had a very just very crazy season for a young dude.
Yeah.
I could not believe how well spoken he was and how insightful he was.
Very personable, just all around.
Top 5 most surprising, like pleasantly surprised interviews
in recent history. Absolutely.
Yeah. Like I was trying to think last night when I was sitting at the couch, like just kind of going over some stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, who else was it that pleasantly surprised me? That was just so polished. I mean, he was really well done.
Yeah.
Like, really well spoken.
I mean, honestly, like I think Roybal was pretty good.
He was.
Too.
He was very good. Yeah.
But no, yeah. I mean, Ethan Walker, great conversation, great kid.
Ethan
we
Walker
have a lot of common interests, like with golf and everything.
Ethan Walker will be the kind of interview that I hope he's going to be a recurring guest, because to me, he was that well spoken. I hope you guys enjoy it. It was a lighthearted interview. We talk a little bit of golf. We talk cornhole.
Yeah, not afraid to like
Olympics. Yeah,
let it out.
Yeah, he lets us know his opinions on stuff.
Said some stuff.
Ethan and I actually went back and forth disagreeing on several of the topics, which was kind of fun. Like I like playing devil's advocate, and he held his ground, which I really respect the hell out of him. For a young dude, he's very well spoken. Yeah. He's super talented on the boards. I hope you guys enjoy the interview. We had a lot of fun doing it. So.
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh yeah. So next week we're gonna have our typical pre-World Draft episode. Well, I'm gonna try to bring on another guest. We'll have a bonus Patreon episode. If you are a Patreon episode member, make sure you're watching out for the happy hour details. And I think that's it. Oh yeah. All right. Well, as always, we hope you throw it straight. And it's nothing but 4 baggers from here on out.
Cornhole it.
Later. All right, welcome back to the Big Ass Cornhole Podcast. We are now joined by ACL Pro, Mr. Ethan Walker. What's going on, man?
How's it going, guys? Appreciate you having me on.
It's going. You are. There was a little confusion in the beginning. So you're back home right now. You're not in Florida.
Right, I'm in Iowa right now.
Oh yeah.
4 Worlds, getting practiced up.
Okay, where in Iowa are you from?
Just outside of Des Moines. It's a smaller town called Newton.
Sweet. Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet. And you were flexing a little bit. Your parents live on a golf course, so I'm assuming you've been out once or twice since you've been home.
Yeah, I'm out almost every day. It's hard not to.
Okay.
Just drive out on hole number 2 and go play a quick 9.
Okay.
It's pretty nice.
All right. Nice course then.
It's Muni. It's
okay.
Nice though.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good.
All right. What's the handicap these days?
Mine?
Yeah.
18 birdies has me at a 1.2 right now.
Okay.
All right.
That's pretty fucking good.
That's pretty spot on.
It's very good.
But
now, did you play high school? Did you play like high school golf and stuff?
Yeah. I was all state my senior year.
Oh shit.
Made the state tourney, did all right. Yeah.
Did you ever think like golf was the route you're gonna go for a while, or?
I actually played a season of college golf.
Okay.
Out of JUCO, and it was just so much with cornhole, golf, and school.
Okay.
That I decided that cornhole was the route I wanted to go. I was making money, and
okay,
that's how I wanted to do it.
Okay. Do you like one more than the other?
Yeah, I like cornhole better. I think golf is too frustrating.
Okay. Is that really?
I get so frustrated, man.
Okay.
It is
so frustrated.
No, I do like even the rounds that like I play like shit. Like when I'm driving home, like, God damn, I had fun.
Yeah, it's just still, because I don't know, when you have a crap cornhole day, you just like cornhole just seems like such an easier sport that it just ruins the rest of my day. I'm like, how could I not succeed?
And I'm not expecting to win. Like
exactly.
The whole thing. Like, I just like, did I play halfway?
Just want to look okay.
Right, and I feel like when I struggle on the golf course, it's like, man, I have to wait a couple days before I play again. But if I get knocked out of a tournament, I'm like, let's go play some cash games right now. Come on.
Hell yeah.
So it's just
you started off this season like on fire, man. So currently you find yourself heading into Worlds like ranked 25th in singles.
Right.
How do you feel like the season's gone so far?
I'm happy with how it's going. I feel like my game's where I need it to be. I feel like mentally there's been some tournaments where I just like mentally checked out. And that's something like I've really been trying to work on.
Okay.
Is mentally staying in tournaments, because that's what I struggle with sometimes. So I feel good after winning the Open in Ohio.
Yeah.
I feel locked in for Worlds.
Heck yeah. I mean, it's a good time to come alive.
So what do you think that needs to happen for you to kind of like put it all together? Because like I think there's like there's a list of players who we're waiting for them to get like their first national singles title. Like, and I think like you're on that list. What do you think that needs to happen like that weekend for you to finally like get over the hump?
Right. I think a big help is the boards. I feel like if the boards are sticky, that puts me at an advantage over everyone in the building.
Okay.
And it just gets my confidence up.
Okay.
But even if the boards aren't sticky, I feel like just like staying consistent, not doing anything like out of the box unless I have to, right?
Okay.
I feel like a lot of times I try to force stuff
Okay.
where I end up giving up 5s and 6s. And when I win, like when I won this weekend, like I didn't do anything too crazy. I got a couple bad rounds, but I felt like I was pretty consistent through the whole day.
Is it that like, do you think that you're still a better player on slow boards, or do you just enjoy the game more when you play on slow boards?
I just enjoy it way more when I'm on slow boards. It's so much more fun.
Because early on in the season, right? Like I would say the boards are probably a little bit faster in the beginning of the season. They slow down a little bit, and you were having a whole lot of success. And do you think it was just like the boards were kind of forcing your hands, and you just had to kind of stroke? You know what I mean? Like you don't have the opportunity to play that dirty game as much.
Right. I think it helps me a lot when the boards are quicker because I block, right?
Okay.
And instead of rolling over my blocks all the time, when they miss, I'll just push through. Like I'll just take my 2.
Okay.
When the boards get crazy sticky, I try to like roll over it and just create even more points instead of just taking my 2. And that's kind of where it gets a little sketchy for me.
Yeah.
I feel like.
I know. I think it's a common tale we see, not just among pros, but a lot of people like they're like, oh, I like when the boards are sticky. Like, do you really, or do you just like the fact that you can roll it back?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
right.
Yeah. Like your PPR is always higher when you throw
correct.
a fast.
You know what I mean? So,
Right.
So going into the season, there was a partner change, like weird spot, right? So you decide to partner up with Landon. How did that go? How did that whole thing work out? How did you find Landon? I mean, again, it was like middle of the season, you know what I mean? Like you're in a way, you're kind of punting on doubles, you know what I mean? So how do you convince somebody else to kind of join that?
So Landon and I have been good friends for a while. He lives really close to my parents in Iowa. So he'll come up to my parents' house and stay and throw at the shop all the time.
Okay.
So when I come back, we'll throw nonstop together and we just become really good friends.
Okay.
So it was an obvious pick for me. And I just feel like our chemistry is going to be there and we have a similar play style. So like I'm excited to go forward with Landon. And I'm announcing it for the first time. We're playing together next year as well.
Hell yeah.
All right.
So I'm really excited to finish the year with Landon and play next year with Landon as well.
It helps too that he threw the same bag pretty much already, right? You guys were all cornhole scenario guys before this.
Right. We were a cornhole scenario and Viv was all cool with it. She's really good with everything. She's awesome. She helps us out so much and she was cool with it and it just kind of worked out that Landon and I were going to play together.
Now, have you been with cornhole scenario the whole time?
Yeah. I've been with them all year this year.
This isn't your first year with them, is it?
No. Last year I was not. I was with Kill Shots last year.
Okay, that's right. Okay.
And then I made the switch because I was throwing the sticky cannons. Those are crazy.
Okay. All right. That's right. All right. I know Landon is one of those guys that I don't get to see throw very often, but he's hard to miss because he does that weird like spin right before he's about to fucking throw it. It's wild. Like it's like, how do you get a consistent grip when you spin the bag? You know what I mean? It's so weird.
So crazy. I don't get it. And then the reverse spin as well. Like when he starts rolling bags, like when sometimes he'll outroll me when we're practicing and I just like, I get so mad because he's hitting rolls. I'm like, that's so ugly. You just stop.
It's so true though. But it was like,
I know.
That's the best part about the game though, I think. And that's one of the similarities I love between cornhole and golf though, is that it doesn't matter how ugly it is.
Yeah.
As long as the ball's going the right direction, as long as bag's going in the hole, it doesn't fucking matter what it looks like.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No pictures on the scorecard. That's what I always say.
Right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, hell yeah.
Right.
How you feel going into Worlds?
I feel great. Like I'm excited to see the bracket come out because I definitely match up against some players better than I do others. Like there's certain players that my style just like disrupts pretty hard.
Frustrates them.
So, but I feel like I can beat anyone. I feel like I can go out there and win it. And like that's not like me just saying it. Like most players.
When do the brackets come out?
They should be out this week sometime.
This week? Okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can catch those too.
Right. So, I mean, I feel like I can go out there and win it. Like, I feel like at any given day, I can be the best player, right?
No, it's true.
It's the attitude to have. I never feel that way.
So
No,
No, I'm in a cornhole tournament. Good Lord, no.
come on.
let's say you get a vote for MVP. Who's getting your vote for MVP this year?
Oh man, you're putting me on the spot.
I mean, listen, we're gonna be on the spot. We have to submit our stuff by 5 p.m. tomorrow. We have to put our votes in, and we're gonna be talking about it before.
Sean has
We already
to
talked.
submit
Well,
it.
technically, if you're listening to this, we already talked about it on our part.
Yeah,
but
Sean has to submit it.
Yeah, so Dane's already
mine's
submitted.
submitted.
I mean,
I like to make them split.
Trader's got to be up there, but doubles has been a struggle. Jeremiah, obviously.
Yeah.
What about I feel like Logan's got to be on the ballot. If you look at how consistent Logan Chamberlain's been, he's
Adam
got to be.
Hisner, I think, is another one.
Yeah, Hisner's got to be on it too. Those are the ones that stand out to me.
Eric
But Jeremiah's got to get my vote, right?
Yeah, it's hard because he's won 2. You know what I mean? Like it is really hard.
And doubles.
Yeah,
he's
and
won
doubles.
doubles.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty impressive. Now, where I think it gets interesting this year, and where Dane and I talked about this a lot, is Rookie of the Year, because in my mind, Jeremiah is not true. I know he's a rookie in the ACL. I get it. But if we're talking about the true nature of the award, all right, what the award stands for, to me, it's Ryan Trader. You know what I mean? Like the dude's only been playing cornhole for like a fucking year. All right. He gets his pro card and he's in here. You know what I mean? Like that to me is a true rookie.
Yeah, but did Matt Guy get Rookie of the Year his first year? I feel like he
Yes,
did.
he did.
Did he
I
get
feel
rookie?
like he did.
He got
Yeah.
MVP.
No, he got Rookie of
He
the
got
Year.
Rookie of the Year.
And Sean,
Yeah, so if
he was not a rookie. All right.
right.
No, I get
And
it. I get
I'm
it.
sorry, but all right. Correct me if I'm wrong here, Ethan. If you win MVP, that means you're the most valuable player. So just simple math, you're the Rookie of the Year.
You have to be. Otherwise,
allowed
you
to
aren't the
win
most
2
valuable
awards.
player.
You don't have to.
That's what I keep arguing with him. You're allowed to win 2 awards.
You are allowed to win 2 awards, 100%.
I feel like if you get the MVP, you have to get Rookie of the Year. Like, there's no.
Again, we're not the only ones that vote for this.
I know.
And I haven't submitted my stuff.
I think it's
reserve
like
the
just-
right to change.
People
but-
just do the right thing.
No.
Just give every award to Jeremiah. Move on.
He's an Ellie. Do we got an Ellie?
Oh, he's full blown.
Full blown Ellie.
I love all cornhole players equally.
Okay.
You guys can do things that I can't, which is put bags in a hole. Would you rather have a fully operational third arm or leg?
I don't know how to answer that question. Leg, right?
Wait, I didn't.
Would you rather have a fully operational third arm or leg?
Third arm or
I don't know. I'm thinking arm. Depends on where it's at though.
yeah, that's true.
Like the placement's key. Same for a leg too.
Well, okay, then where would you want it?
I think if I had an arm, I'd actually want it dead center.
Really?
Yeah. Because like you just have one more thing to grab something.
You wouldn't want something
Like,
on your back?
Yeah,
Nah, I mean, no.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't. It's just your back. Can't
that's
see what's
so
happening
tough.
behind you.
All right. Fair enough.
I'm going leg. I'm sticking with leg.
All right. I like that. Yeah.
I just feel like it would be so awkward at all times to try to walk with a third leg. Obviously, you'd figure it out.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah.
It's true.
It's just like you're almost a horse. Like I don't get
I'm
it.
trying to think. Like, I think it would be easier to probably find clothes with the arm, just regardless of where it's at.
Yeah, you just wear a
Yeah.
button down.
Yeah.
And then
Right,
you got
I mean, like-
another armhole done.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Are you doing arm?
Yeah,
Doing
I'm
arm
doing
too?
arm. Yeah, I am arm. I am arm for sure. One of the things I find hilarious about, I don't know if you watch like the Olympics at all.
Yeah.
But it's like once every 4 years the Olympics come on, and like we ultimately like we just become experts in sports we like know nothing about.
Of course.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm a curling guy. Like I know everything about
Oh,
curling when
for
the
sure.
winter. Of course.
if you're into curling, you got to watch the documentary. It's called Losers. It's
Okay.
it's on Netflix. It's like a mini series, but one of the episodes is about curling. You're gonna get it after you watch it. You understand how it kind of relates to cornhole, and how I think eventually cornhole could evolve to where you're not allowed to run bags anymore. Like your first bag has to be a blocker. Like
No,
not go
really?
in the hole. Just Curling had to change the rules because one team got so dominant. Just watch it. All right, I'm telling you. Sit down if you're into curling at all. Like you find it
Yes,
entertaining. It's called Losers on Netflix. Find the episode on curling and you will be entertained. It's like an hour long. It's a
I'm
fucking
gonna watch it
it's a banger. Yeah.
right after this.
Yeah. It's been a minute since I've talked about that, but like
Yeah.
I was so enlightened after I watched that. Like I had a whole synopsis on how the ACL should change. Like they're fucking four good things. So
We talked about it at nauseum.
we did. So okay, so in a tier talk, all right, just
All right.
kind of split it up a little bit. You're not like obviously cornhole's not in and stuff, but I want to tier talk in what event you would want to medal in.
Okay. Oh, I mean, as we have ping pong on the background, that's pretty sweet. I mean, just the hand-eye coordination's nuts, but I'm not going to go ping pong.
Okay.
As an American, I would love to like be a sprinter. All right. I mean, I'm a big old white dude, but hey, let's win like the 100-meter.
I swear to you, I swear to people listening, they're not gonna believe us. I have things written down on my phone.
Yeah.
And it's very funny. Exactly. Like it's literally so far what you've said is what I had written down.
Yeah. The next up, I think I'd have to do swimming.
Okay.
Yeah, I think another just like fast one. Like it'd be like I think butterfly. I think if you are good at the butterfly,
100 butterfly.
Yeah, let's do 100 butterfly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like Michael Phelps, right? Like
yeah, for
feel
sure.
like Michael Phelps.
Yeah,
for sure.
And then lastly, man, I know there's so many that run through my brain because like I would love to do like a very obscure one. Like you wouldn't expect an American to win, like fencing or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I think I would do jujitsu.
Oh, jujitsu. Okay.
Knowing that you're like
do they have that?
The baddest MFer, yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that. Okay.
You're just the baddest MFer in all the world. I think that'd be pretty sweet.
For sure.
Golf? What about golf?
All right,
I'm going golf.
Okay, you got
number
golf.
one.
All right, so golf. What's
I'm a golfer, like medal in golf. Yeah.
I'd rather win the Masters than a gold medal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me a
you think?
jacket. Yeah, not a piece of gold.
I know, but like it's still like you're an Olympic champ, right?
You are, but like, did anyone care that Xander Schauffele won?
Yeah,
the gold medal
I think 90% of America was an Olympic champion.
Well, yeah, because you like golf, but I'm talking about
that's fair.
People who I don't ever watch fucking swimming, but I knew who fucking Michael Phelps was. You know what I mean? Like that's like to me, that's what the power of the goal works in certain sports. Listen, I get it. That's 100%. That is a very good answer.
Yeah.
Yes, that is you.
It will continue growing in popularity. But
it would hang on your parents' mantle forever, and they would love it.
I'm gonna go swimming number 2 because Michael Phelps. Like, how can you not?
Correct.
Right.
Yep.
Number 3. That's a tough one. 2, 3. I mean, I'm a ping pong guy. Like, I like ping pong.
All right. That's fair.
I played a lot of cornhole players in ping pong too. It's pretty fun.
Fair
Alex Hicks, pretty good. Baby Goat's good at ping pong.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good at ping pong too. Not to toot my own horn.
What do you think? So Baby Goat, right? So he was on fire like a season ago, winning every Open, but like when it comes to nationals, he's never really put it together. What do you think it is?
I think he's there. Like he's not doing bad. He's still top 30.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone just like expects him to go out and win every national when I think we should just appreciate to like how good he really is. You know what I mean?
Amen. I think I think that's excellent.
Everyone's so talented. Like
right.
Like what it comes down to. Like it's you got everyone to win a national just has to have a day. And some people have just kind of have been a little more successful at it recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So my honorable mentions are the boring ones, right?
Okay.
The obvious ones. Wrestling and rugby, right? Like honorable mention, either one of them.
I was going to leave those for you in case you wanted them, so I didn't want to take them.
Number 3 is handball.
Yeah,
because like that just looks so much fun. Like I
didn't even think about handball.
It looks like gym class all over again.
Yeah,
like and we were literally watching Germany versus Sweden before we came down here, and you had Sweden's guys were definitely like average Joes. Like they still had jobs, and you had German that looked like straight out of the fucking lab. It was crazy, but it was a good match.
It was a good match. Yeah, I don't know who ended up winning.
Yeah, I don't know.
We came down, but I did tell Sean that if there was one sport I was built for, like when I was younger, it was probably handball. I could
Yeah.
rocket a ball, and I was a
Yeah.
big agile dude, so could have worked out. But good pick.
My number 2
Speaking
is also swimming. We all kind of think alike.
Yeah,
And I kept thinking, I'm like, I like swimming, but like, I don't want to swim very far. So
Yeah.
I'm going 50-meter freestyle, like the shortest fucking event they have, sprint.
blow it out of the
Yeah.
water.
And then Dane, I agree. I literally wrote down exactly what you said. I want the 100-meter dash. If you're
Yeah.
known as like the fastest man alive, but the thing is, like, I want it like me.
Yes, this size.
Yes, correct.
Just
So
showing that,
short,
like,
that white guy being the fastest guy alive, I think would be hilarious. Like, you'd be the most famous person in the world.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
it's obviously got to be the best one.
people would
All
think
right.
superhero.
I like that.
Ethan, what did you think about going like the changes in like the point system with the pro shootout counting towards like standings and stuff this season?
I love it. I think it needs to be more.
Okay,
In
so
my
you
opinion.
like the round limited stuff then?
Yeah, I love it. I think it's more entertaining to watch.
Really?
I do.
Oh man,
I feel like it's a
we're not
different.
watching the same matches then.
It's just a different animal. Like
No, I completely agree. To me, it's almost like a completely separate game. Like, yeah, I mean, strategy wise, like it opens up a lot of opportunities. Like it really does. Like
I think it's the future of the sport, in my opinion. I've
I
voiced
think
that.
I don't think you're wrong. I think that if they want to fuck it up and ruin everything, they'll go that route. I don't think it's listen, watch the team's broadcast. All right. If you watch the
Okay.
team's broadcast, and I'm a loser, right? I have a cornhole podcast. I watch this stuff and I was bored to death. Bored to death.
They
Every match was
they did
over
it
after
wrong.
round 2. Every match was a fucking blowout. And like, so if that happens, it's terrible. But when the 3 or 4 good matches I saw all season, when it comes down to the wire, I agree. It's a very good format, but that just doesn't happen consistently enough.
Mhm.
At least around 21, there's always that chance for that team to come back.
Yeah. Yeah, but have you ever seen a game where someone's up 10-0 and they come back in round limited? Like that's way more fun.
No, it is, but how often does that happen? I'd say
More than you think.
what happens more often though? Somebody coming down 10-0 and winning in
Yeah.
round 1 format or round limited. You know what I mean? Like it's
That's
still a
fair.
percentage thing.
I just feel like for TV, I feel like it's got to be round limited. I feel like to 21 just takes too long.
Yeah, if you're gonna try to go like multiple matches, yeah, I agree. Like that's the big problem. And then the other thing that they need to realize, like, is TV like the best route for them to continue to go?
I mean, I think as
Dude,
the
okay, I have
digital
that
age-
conversation a lot.
Yeah, I mean, as the digital age grows, though, like I can kind of see cornhole becoming like just on like the ESPN app or like
Yeah.
or any of that. Like just have it streaming on that rather than going through like a cable syndicate. Kind of like they have like the
Yeah.
ACL
get that.
digital network and stuff. But like if they can get it up on like an ACL thing, and then I think there's no limits to that. Then
Ethan, what do you
Okay.
think? About that?
Wait, I have a quick question for you first about the round
Shoot.
limited.
Yeah.
So your let's say your cousin that knows nothing about cornhole.
Yep.
Flips on a game or flips on ESPN, sees cornhole.
Mhm.
He sees the score is 2-4.
Yep.
Is he turning the channel or is he watching?
I say he'd probably watch. Yeah, he'd watch.
You think?
Um,
Never knows nothing about cornhole. You think they're watching? I think
I mean,
they're
if the
flipping.
score's close, I guess. I mean, I don't
So
know.
then, round limited, you're in round 2.
Yeah.
Oh, it's only 10 rounds. Like I feel like they're watching.
Oh, I get.
I wa-
Oh, I get what you're saying. Okay. I so they at least have the knowledge when they turn it on. They're like, oh, this is played to 21.
yeah,
I don't know.
Right.
I know. I
Right,
get
yeah.
what you're saying. Again, like I think the round limited stuff at its best can be very entertaining. The problem is, again, we're not consistently seeing our best, especially in the teams when half the fucking teams aren't showing up, and you're pulling up elite guys that have never been on a broadcast before, shitting their pants on live television, and it just doesn't make for good matches.
Right. I feel. Yeah. I get that. I feel like it'll be better though. I
hope so.
think it'll get there.
Listen, again, I want it to be better. As long as the product gets better, then we're all happy. Like that's
Yeah.
all it is.
Because more and more players are playing on TV, and I think
Yeah.
that was their ultimate goal is to get more players on
100%.
TV,
Yeah, I
and
get
people
that.
are getting more comfortable.
Yeah, and it's good. And listen, all the ESPN time is fantastic for the game. Like it's not a bad thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I get it. Like even like when it's on ESPN Plus now, like with one of the courts, like that's a big deal.
yeah.
I mean, people go on
Huge.
ESPN and like you find it all the time. Like I don't think that necessarily market it enough that it's like that you can find it here. Because like if you miss that one post with the picture on
Yeah.
on Facebook, then
Then
you're kind of fucked.
you're missing it.
You know what I mean? Like yeah, I mean like they should really be
Right.
pushing it a little bit more. But
I agree.
Now, this is a question that we've asked a couple pros recently, but do you think there's too many pros?
Yeah. Yeah,
What
I
do you
think I think
What do you think the pro feel like? What would be a good number in your head?
an ideal number,
Yeah.
64
Oh yeah, I mean, okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
or lower.
yeah,
No,
we've
I
been
mean-
we've been here, we've heard several numbers.
It's funny, like
I-
no, I again, and I'm on that side, right?
Yeah.
Because I think if you guys are a pro player, I would like to see you guys, all 64 of you or whatever in the league, be able to do this full time and like really truly promote the game and do it full time play and
Right.
have to worry about other stuff.
Mhm.
If with the field of 256, I mean, that's a lot more money you got to come up with. Yeah, I mean,
I feel like if you go 64 or even like I think 32, it gets tough because then you're gonna then it's gonna get biased if you let in. Like you're gonna have to have a social media presence if you want in that league. Like it's not gonna be just solely off skill, I feel like.
Yeah, but with only 32, you guys will be able to have the marketing where other people can handle that stuff.
correct, but you have to have a personality.
I still
Yeah,
like.
you-
I think
which-
32
that's
is
just
it's
training.
small. I think 64 is small. Like I think if it's like a pool of 100 players, it's still like you still get that feel of like, oh, if you won, it's a big deal. Like
Yeah.
if you win a pro tournament, and it's like one of 32. It's like, well, like all right.
I think it's like
Like I get what you're saying. Like they're all studs, and like it would be a tough tournament to get through. But like I don't know. Like
to shrink the pro field though. I think a positive side was we saw elite players take down a championship this year.
yeah, that's true.
So I think the elite system is going to become more and more popular. And if you lessen the field, you could still keep the tournaments just as big as they are right now. You just
Is
have
that good for our sport though? Is the elite players, is that good for our sport? I don't think
the
so. I think-
average
No, it's not. It's not.
the average cornhole player is the one that's making the money for the ACL. They're the ones spending all their money to the ACL and still supporting.
Correct.
So I think it's the allure of giving more people an opportunity to qualify for like a national bracket and have the potential to make.
And I would
something with
honestly,
only 64 pros, you would get a shit ton of people out there to try to land those other spots.
Yeah, I
that's
love
on
that.
you guys. That's on you guys
Yeah.
to win. Like to not let that happen.
And I like the
You know what I
pressure
mean? Like,
that it
that's
does
on the
put on
pro
the pros.
field.
It's like you guys better show up and show out because only 64 of you against what 100?
Yeah.
Another 200
And
people, something.
I'd love to see something other than just a straight double elimination bracket.
Okay.
I feel like that's only going to get us so far.
Okay.
I feel like I don't know what it is, but I mean, my mind immediately goes to golf. Like, if we had a cut, like maybe
Yeah.
we do rounders and you cut, and then the people that make the bracket make the money. Like, I feel like we need something else outside of the double elimination bracket.
Yeah, and I think, and again, they have to stop paying out so many freaking spots. I'm sorry. Like, I get it. Like, I think that they pay out too deep right
Mhm.
now. I do. Like,
Yeah, you
it should be
think?
I do. I think they should boost. Like, the winner should be winning more. I think like all the money should be bleeding up a little bit at the top. Like again, you guys travel and you're it's not like just a fucking handout just for showing up. You know what I mean? Like you should have to perform to get the money right now. At least that's the system they built though.
So 7th place, like you think you should get money for 7th place in your bracket at a national, let's say?
No.
No,
No.
you beat everyone else in your bracket. Like I disagree with you there. I feel like
in your,
you didn't
mean
beat 6
everyone
other
in your
people?
in your stack. Is that what you mean?
So-
No, you say
Well-
you took 7th place in your bracket, right?
right. So
Your
you're
bracket. So like
28th overall.
tied for 28th.
Right, is tied for 28th on the PGA Tour getting paid?
Well, yeah, but like do we have those kind of purses?
Does PGA Tour or does the ACL have
Right.
$1 million?
I agree with you.
prize
If our
pools and
purses
shit
get
for
deep,
each
if our
national?
if the purses get bigger, I agree. Then you pay out deeper. But what they're at, where they're at right now, I just feel like it would help out. It would help players to actually do this full time if like they could bring home more money in one go.
And it adds another
Right.
level to it.
But I feel like you just got to scale it from what they're doing, right? Like from what the PGA is doing. If you scale it,
I guess. I mean, listen, if you want to take 12th in your bracket and take home like $25 as like a parting gift, like
yeah,
Sweet.
I'm not saying that. I'm not
Yeah.
saying definitely not that.
but that's
But
what I'm
I'm
saying.
saying,
Like,
like-
that's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking like if you're still making $200-300 for whatever.
Right.
It is, like I don't know how deep like the money actually goes for that. I'm just saying like the ones like some of the amounts that I see that going out, like it just seems a little ridiculous. Like just
I agree.
bump it up just a little bit.
I agree.
I love your cut idea though. Like that's like to me, hell yeah. Like I think that's a very good idea. I really do. I like that idea. Like you're eliminating a whole bunch of people right off the bat. And rounders is always it's definitely an interesting thing, especially if you go like kind of like that progressive rounders.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean,
That's what I think of. You do progressive rounders, and you gotta win so many games, or you're cut.
it's a true test. I mean, that's really like how you weed people out. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
so
And I feel like the brackets, like, there's so many. I don't know. I feel like the brackets. There's so many like weak spots in brackets,
Oh yeah. Oh, tons.
Yeah.
Tons.
and I just feel like that's a flaw in our sport right now.
Yeah, I mean, any bracket system you go to, it's going to be. But I mean, listen, there's always like one or two like subsections in a bracket that if you saw yourself in, you'd be like, all right, like, I'm not mad. I'm not mad about it.
Right.
But then there's other ones
Definitely.
you're like, I mean, this like, I had to beat like everybody just to like get a chance.
Yeah.
Like to go to the semifinals. Yeah, I mean, like,
Right. Yeah.
it's kind of crazy. You have another question over there?
I do.
Oh yes.
I do. All right. So would you rather give up chips or candy for the rest of your life?
Chips.
Candy.
Okay,
Candy.
I get it.
I'm giving up candy.
Yeah. Let me see.
You're a salty guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Salt and vinegar chips all day.
Would you rather wear cargo shorts every day or no socks ever again?
Cargo shorts.
I think no socks ever again.
I gotta go cargo shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah, because no socks every day. I mean, that just
Like right now, summertime, like, yeah, that's fine. But then I'm like, wintertime here sucks. You know what I mean? Like, that would not be good. Yeah, I think I have to go cargo shorts. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going without socks though.
Really?
I can't do that
Without socks?
faux pas every
The
day,
winter?
day in and day out.
You stepping in snow?
I'll just wear some like galoshes, man. Screw
Okay.
it, it's fine.
Bitch,
you know?
you got no.
Yeah, just the
You don't
thought
have
of having to
style,
wear
motherfucker.
cargo shorts all the time, like I'm struggling enough, like to just not look like I'm 65 years old. All right, so we'll just leave cargo shorts
It's only
out of it.
56.
I'll take some jorts though, all day, every day. The shorter, the better.
Yes. Yes.
All right, let's have this. We'll paint this hypothetical.
All right.
You're going to pick up a new animal at the pound. All right, you're bringing it home as your pet.
Okay.
Would you rather it have a dog's personality in a cat's body, or a cat's personality in a dog's body?
Oh man, that's a really good one. Shit.
I'm definitely going.
I'm going cat
I'm
with
going-
a dog's
Yeah,
personality.
exactly. Because we had one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want
Yeah.
a dick dog. You know what I mean? Like that's-
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cat, yeah. Yeah. Cat with a dog
Yeah,
personality.
a dog
for
that's
sure.
like too smart, like and
You just walk up and
it's
like just
sneaky and
knock
stuff.
something off
Yeah,
the counter and
exactly.
just look
Just
at you,
look at
be
you,
like,
like,
yeah,
yeah.
bitch.
All right, so
Yeah.
agree on something.
Yeah, oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
one. I like that one.
That's an easy one. Yeah.
All right. Last but not least, would you rather live in colonial times or the year 2500,
2,500.
like the future?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easy.
You're
Yeah.
gonna-
Yeah. That's easy.
Yeah. For the future. Yeah.
What if we're not alive in 2500 though?
Well, I mean, I'm assuming we have some sort of like device to get us there, right? Like,
There, Sean, you take it as you will.
I wasn't alive in the colonial times either.
There's no other explanation than that.
Is it a risk though? Like, what if we're like the world's not here anymore?
I mean, what? Okay, like, if we went backwards, then you're gonna like end up in like your great granddad's nutsack or something. Like, I mean, I mean, like,
I think what he's meaning is like, what if mankind is done and you're the only one? Like,
I mean,
you
all right.
ship there and you're just like, oh, I thought
I'll
this
take
was
my
gonna be
chance.
like a technology.
Yeah, I'm taking my chance too.
I mean, everyone might be speaking Chinese or something weird, but I'll take my chances.
Donald Trump will still be president. I'm like, what the hell happened?
That's
right.
not anything political. We've done pretty well. I know.
It wasn't really a political.
No, it wasn't. It's just-
No.
are you going to Spencer's this year?
Yeah, I am.
Who are you
Wait.
playing with?
I'm not. I don't know yet. Actually, I'm not 100% sure on this.
I'm looking for a partner too. So, if you want to take it down, I got you. I might have to
Yeah.
play lefty to give everyone else a chance, though.
You said that with a straight
Yeah.
face. I'm pretty proud of you.
It's
Yeah.
comedy.
I'm not 100% sure yet. I'll get back to you on that.
And you've gone to Spencer's before?
Yeah, last year
Okay.
played with Dave Morris. We did pretty well.
We're popping our Spencer's cherry this year, so I'm excited.
It's the best tournament of the year.
I know that's what everyone keeps saying. So we're
By
like,
far.
we have to finally go.
You got it.
It is,
It's
yeah.
an expensive weekend though, man. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I think it's pricey.
It does. Yeah, with a flight.
California,
But it always
pricey.
everyone makes it sound so worth it. So
Well,
It is.
I mean, we're going, so I hope so.
Yeah.
Live music the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
You know,
$20 for chicken tenders, but it's all right.
all right, noted.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, the important things.
Yeah, correct.
Get some ham sammies. Just buy some ham sammies from the
As long as the
store.
beers
You're
are
fine.
reasonable. we'll be
Before
all
we
right.
go, badminton just switched on,
Oh, we got badminton now?
dude. And USA is in this against Hong Kong, and like it's an epic battle. This is another sport that might be fun to win a gold medal in because it is kind of dope.
Yeah.
Slapping a shuttlecock around, come on now,
Dude, and like their rallies are long as
dude. I know
fuck.
they're long shit.
They don't stop?
No,
No.
it's man, impressive stuff. Never really sat here and watched it
It is
before.
pretty bananas. It is pretty bananas.
You got any more questions?
Nope.
We gonna let this young man go?
Yep. All right. So we're gonna let the folks go at home. We'll have you hang out with us for just a minute. But thank you for joining us, man. It's been fun.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for letting me on.
Hell yeah.
Just want to give a shout out to my sponsor, Cornhole Scenario.
Hell
Thank
yeah.
you for everything you do for me, but I appreciate you guys.
I meant to go say hi to Viv in Canton. I saw her and then I got distracted. And
Yeah, I
turned
saw her,
around,
yeah.
and like a cat, she was gone.
Just gone.
I had no idea
Into
where
the
she
night.
went. So
Wow.
She does that.
She does
She
listen
does
to this. What's up, Viv?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think she does actually.
I know every once in a while, I know. But
Yeah.
just making sure. I just
We
want to
know.
say hi. Say hi. How you doing? I didn't get to go up and say it in Canton, so felt bad. But it is what it is. Oh yeah. All right,
Hell
folks.
yeah.
Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We'll be back next week. We have our we have the ACL World Championship draft. We're gonna have a few people on with that, but more guests, more audio gold, and all that stuff. So as always, we hope you throw it straight. As nothing but four baggers from here on out.
Cornhole it.
Later.